What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com, recapping the news. I hope everybody enjoyed their weekend. A few things I want to mention before I go over the highlights. First, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the red button below. Now, towards the end of the video, I'm going to talk about two upcoming releases that you guys will know first about. I'm going to be very brief about them, and from there you'll be able to vote for which piece of news that you want to learn about first. Eventually both will get out, but I wanted to offer something different, and since I'm sitting on a ton of news, it'll also give me motivation to get these leaks out to you guys. But that's later on in the video. And now to give you guys some of the highlights, we have a first look at the Air Jordan 6 Hare. As well, new details on the OffWhite Air Jordan 5. We got a lot more from Jordan brand, and the highlight from Nike would be the LeBron 7 Hardwood Classic Alternate is rumored to return later this year. There's also more from Nike and one thing from Adidas. And now, without wasting too much more of your time, let's jump into the news. In the last video, I spoke on the upcoming Adidas Yeezy 700 V3 Black. Now, I'm sure they'll have some sort of nickname soon, and currently there really isn't much new information, but I'll recap what was said in the previous video towards the end of this segment. Now, we do have new images which showcases how they look on feet, so I did want to showcase that to you guys. As well, these new images show off some additional details, a few new angles as well, and just to recap, they come dressed in black and gray, and the RPU overlay glows in the dark. As well, there is some reflective detailing which lands just above the toe, and they also come with an EVA midsole. Now, for the release details, we don't have much, but they are expected to release during spring 2020, so typically what that means is either January, February, or March. Probably not January just because we haven't heard anything as of yet, but hey, there's still a lot of time left, and the retail price will be $200. Coming soon is a follow-up to Nike Basketball's first auto-lacing performance model, the Adapt BB. So the sequel, which will release later this year, is known as the Nike Adapt BB2. Now this pair is similar to the first, but we do have some different materials used. On the forefoot is open hole mesh, and then running across it is a large swoosh. Now looking closer at this particular colorway, we only have one to showcase as of now, and they feature black throughout. We have a glossy overlay on the heel. As well, we do have red detailing and a translucent outsole. Now, I'm not positive on this, but it looks like there's LED lights which will be placed on the lateral midsole as well as the heel. As for a release date, one is not available, but they're expected to release during spring 2020, and we don't have a retail price. However, the Nike Adapt BB retailed at $350, so more than likely this pair will retail around that same price. Nike Basketball has officially unveiled the Nike PG4, and with that being said, I'm going to read the tech info from their press release, and then we're going to go on to the release info. The tool enabling that control in the PG4 is the Air Strobel, a lightweight footbed made up of a full-length Nike Air unit, sewn onto the upper so that the foot is directly atop of the cushioning. The dot-wielded Nike Air bag replaces the traditional Strobel. The integration leads to a responsiveness off the forefoot and a plush stability in the heel. The full-length Air caters to George's fluid offensive game as he engages the full surface area of the foot, whether he's timing a crossover or needs to make an irregular paced burst. The Air Strobel, serving all points of contact with the floor, is designed for the jazz-like rhythms of the game. Now here is the most interesting part from the press release, at least the most interesting to me. A semi-transparent mesh zippered shroud fastens over the laces, a first in the Paul George line. It's reminiscent of a classic look pioneered by the Air Flight 98 and provides a snug fit, revealing the gill-like speed lacing system underneath. For the PG4, the shroud provides a level of stylistic flexibility. Laces can be worn within it or worn externally thanks to two lace holes near the shoe's collar. With this unveiling, they only showcased one colorway. Sometimes Nike showcases a few upcoming colorways, but the pair shown comes in black, white, and smoke gray. And for the release details, they'll first release in China on January 8th, and then a stateside release will be on January 24th. I also believe that January 24th will be the release date for pretty much everywhere around the world, and currently a retail price has yet to be announced, but that info should be out in the next day or so. Nike has officially unveiled their Chinese New Year collection, but we do have on-feet images of one of those, and that will be the Nike Air Max 1 CNY Longevity. Just to recap, the pair features various colors throughout, as well as prints and graphics, all point back to the year of the rat. You'll also see various Chinese characters used, floral print lands on the collar, as well as a translucent outsole. Now with Nike's press release, they didn't announce release dates for any of the models other than that they will release during January, but what's being reported as of now, and this is just a rumor, is that this pair will be an Asia exclusive. Not only that, it's also rumored that this pair is limited to 7,000. So for those that live in the States, hopefully you have a friend that can grab these for you. If not, then it looks like the resale price will probably be pretty high. But let me know in the comment section if you think Nike should make this pair more available. Not only do we have new images of the Travis Scott Nike SB Dunk Low, we also have new details. Now, as an update, the paisley on the overlays, that is said to wear away after wearing it, similar to the Nike SB Air Jordan 1 Low that released in December. Now, underneath that paisley is elephant print. You can kind of see it in the Jack Boys video, but it's not that great of a look. You would have to pause it and then it's still grainy. Now for people that want to buy this pair, at first it was rumored that they were going to release, and it looks like they're actually going to. Pictured here is not only the shoes, but the retail box. That box is said to be used with Nike SB Quick Strike releases. We saw that box for the Paul Rodriguez Nike SB Dunk High, which is coming later this month. And as far as a release date, we don't have one as of yet, but they are expected to release during February. I've also heard that possibly during All-Star Weekend, but again, this has yet to be confirmed. But let me know your thoughts on this pair in the comments below. Has your opinion on them changed now that it features wear-away uppers? Over the weekend, a rumor spread like wildfire for an upcoming Nike LeBron 7. Rumor has it that the Hardwood Classic Alternate would return in 2020. Now this pair was originally designed back in 2010 for LeBron James, and this pair was made to match the Cavaliers throwback jerseys, and this is one of several colorways. None of the colorways released to the public, and possibly we could be seeing a release soon. Now going over the pair, they come dressed in blue, orange, and white, utilizing suede and blue across the upper. Orange outlines the swoosh. It's placed within the Air Max unit and other small details throughout. Finishing the look is speckled detailing across the swoosh and the Air Max unit. Now, as far as a release date, we don't have one. They're rumored to release sometime during 2020, and the retail price will be $200. Now, on a side note, I was told maybe 3 weeks back of 3 upcoming LeBron 7 colorways. One of them was the China Moon. That pair already released. Coming soon is the LeBron 7 All-Star, and then there was the third colorway. That colorway at the time, I couldn't pinpoint it to a specific pair, but over the weekend I was able to. I'm in a group chat, so they really helped out with that. And this week, I plan on leaking it. If you're interested on a little bit more details on also another possible leak, make sure to listen through the outro. After Michigan received their exclusive Air Jordan 1 PE, the Oklahoma Sooners football team is the next to receive their pair. Now, this is the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG. The color blocking resembles that of the bread toe. However, the shade of red is similar to the Track Red edition, which is part of Jordan Brand's Air Jordan 1 Best Hand in the Game collection. Not only that, we have a premium theme going on. They feature a mixture of reptile and stingray textures. We have our traditional Nike Air branding on the tongue. The wings logo is done in black, and then we have a white midsole and a red rubber outsole. To me, these are definitely nice. I like the premium twist they have to it. However, they won't be releasing to the public. These are an exclusive to the players as well as the coaches. Now, I do know that some pairs have gotten out. I know very soon that we'll have more photos of this pair. So if you're interested in seeing those, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll feature them in the upcoming video once I get sent those images. A lot of early release dates as well as time frames all point to numerous Air Jordans releasing during April. Now, of course, that can change, but as of now, April seems stacked, and one of those releases will be the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG Court Purple. Now, in 2018, we saw a variation of the Court Purple Air Jordan 1 release. It was the first. That pair is also known as Purple Toe, and for 2020, Jordan Brand is using the Chicago color blocking. Going over the shoes, they feature leather throughout. We have white on the panels as well as the midsole and toe, and then we have purple on the overlays, rubber outsole, and Nike Air branding on the tongue label. Now, the tongue label is leather, and personally, I'm not a huge fan of it. I don't know, it's just a small detail, but we also have black that lands on the swoosh, wings logo, ankle, liner, and across the laces. Recently, a release date has arrived, and that release date is April 4th. Like I mentioned, there is some time until then, so that release could get pushed forward or back, and the retail price will be $170. We have new details on an upcoming release. This is the Air Jordan 8 Mushroom. Now, this is a Photoshop done by jayzrdead, so the actual release could look different. This is just a representation of what could release, and the info comes from zsneakerheadz as well as Mr. Unloved Ones. Now, according to the color description, this pair will come dressed in light Orwood brown, black, mushroom, and muslin. The actual blocking is unknown, but light Orwood brown should take over most of the shoe, and then following is black and then mushroom. Also, the rumor is that if you guys remember, there was the Mushroom Air Jordan 4 that was a women's exclusive. The blocking and coloring should be similar to that pair. Also, what I find interesting is that the Air Jordan 4 Mushroom was a women's exclusive, and when details leaked of this Air Jordan 8, it didn't have women's exclusive tag to it. Now, it could have been left out, but I feel that wouldn't have been the case because it's kind of a big part of this info. Either way, in the next several months, we'll see a first look, and currently they are expected to debut on August 22nd, and the retail price will be $190. It's been a minute since I've talked about the OffWhite Air Jordan 5. This pair has several nicknames, but what I like and what originally was attached to them was black metallic. But we have new images as well as a little bit more information. Now, in these new photos, it might be hard to see, but if you look closely, we do have a zip tie, and that reads 2020. My speculation was that the zip tie for the OffWhite Air Jordan 5 was attached to the OffWhite Air Jordan 1 Canary Yellow, so a lot of people thought that pair was releasing this year, but sadly that's not the case. Also, for OffWhite's Air Jordan 5, they'll come with 3 sets of laces, which includes white, red, and black. We have 3M reflective detailing on the tongue. As well, I've heard rumors that the upper will wear away, but I'm not 100% sure about that. Again, that's just a rumor. We also have Nike Air branding on the heel, and throughout we have those weird circles. So I'm curious about those circles, why Virgil decided to place them. Overall, I'm just curious. I'm sure a lot of others are as well. And then the look is completed with an aged outsole. Now to the release details. They're rumored to release during February 2020. Also, what I'm hearing is that this pair will release during All-Star Weekend. Again, that isn't confirmed, just what I'm hearing. And the retail price will be $225. Now, another rumor involving this pair is how limited they are. Honestly, I've been asked this question a lot, as well as a few others. And the rumor is 46,000 pairs. Now, I have no confirmation on this. That's what's going around from people in the factories. So with that being said, and this also being an Off-White collab, they will definitely be hard to obtain. Also, you can expect many stores to backdoor this pair. I already know several stores that are doing auctions. They're not supposed to be, but they are. They don't have them on hand yet, but according to their Jordan brand rep, they will be getting them. So they're pretty much pre-selling them for the highest dollar. Other than that, expect to enter a ton of raffles. Unfortunately, Nike has banned retailers overseas to sell any shoes to people in the States, so they can't ship them. That's going to be a huge factor because I know personally I enter a lot of raffles in Europe and other places. But anyways, let me know your thoughts on this pair in the comment section below. Do you like the black metallic or the cream pair that was recently showcased in a previous video? Last but not least, we have a first look at the Air Jordan 6 Hare. As you can see, this pair looks exactly like the Photoshop that zsneakerheadz and I provided. And for those that don't know, this colorway is taken from the Air Jordan 7. The Air Jordan 7 Hare is an OG pair, and I've seen quite a few customs. People have taken the Hare theme and placed it on the Air Jordan 6. I'm not gonna lie, it's fitting. On one of the images, you'll be able to see the insole. Now the insole, as you can see, it features this unique zigzag design that will be placed on the tongue. Now, in my original video I did months back, when I talked about the Air Jordan 6 Hare, I made mention that the tongue on the Photoshop is slightly different from what's releasing. And although you can't see the tongue in this picture, basically we're going to have that same design on it. It'll also feature some green. The zigzag design also is used on the Air Jordan 7 across the tongue, so it does make sense. Now to the release details, we don't have a specific date, but spring 2020 is when they're expected to release. I also heard that possibly April, so this is another release in April. Man, that's gonna be a stacked month. And the retail price will be $190. And that recaps the news. Like always, we post it first on SneakerFiles.com, and then we take it to YouTube. Like always, I appreciate you guys for watching this. Now, I want to do something different for those that are listening this far. I don't think there's any other news channels that has done this as far as on YouTube, but what I want to do is kind of take a vote, and I guess by just going over the comments section, we're going to figure out the winner. So for my next leak of information to you, everybody, it'll be between an upcoming LeBron 7 or an upcoming Fear of God release. Eventually both will leak, but which one do you want to hear about first? And just to let you guys know, I know the specific model of each shoe as well as the colorway, so it's not going to be a mock-up. So with that being said, leave a comment below. That will be your vote. And before I get out of here, greatly appreciate a thumbs up if you haven't done so already. As well, make sure to subscribe by hitting the red button below. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com. And if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.